to end in this corner where we settle the score on who's the best. That includes best music, best movies, best TV, best anything. Y'all know my slogan. If you don't agree, debate your auntie. Today, we got a legend in the building. Man, this man helped shape 90s and 2000s R&B, a founding member of one of the greatest R&B groups of all time. He's back with a brand new project called Evolution of Romance. Today, we have none other than the great Q Parker.
All right, I want a good, clean fight. Let's get it on.
All right, my brother Q Parker. We got Q Parker on. How you doing, sir?
All is well, man. How about you?
Man, I can't call it, man. Just another day here in Tampa, Florida, man. How's everything
Love
where
it.
you are?
All is well, man. Just in the studio now.
Mm-hmm.
Working on volume 2, man.
Nice, nice, nice. That's actually one of my questions. Is there room for a volume two from the new
Well,
project?
absolutely. So I was super intentional when putting volume 1 on it because I wanted the listeners to understand that and have something to look forward to. And so yeah, there will be a volume 2 and 3 and possibly 4. I'm really committed to this romance journey and this romance um mission of mine, and
Mhm.
so it's going I couldn't put it all in one volume because there are different levels of romance, and so as the volumes increase, we're just going to get dive deeper and deeper and deeper into this romance.
I love it. I love it. So like 4 quarters, almost like a birth, man. You got your
Yes,
intro,
sir.
your second phase of life, your third phase of life, and then you got your I guess your farewell tour. So I love
Absolutely.
it, man. But before we begin, man, I just want to say thank you. I want to give you your flowers, and I want to say thank you. You're co-founder of one of the greatest R&B groups of all time. Man, your harmonies, your pen game, your arrangements, and y'all helped define 90s and 2000s R&B. So, man, I just really want to say thank you for your contributions to music. I turned 50 in December, a couple weeks. So, man, I grew up on all of that great music, that true R&B, like you said, that true R&B romance music, man. So I really appreciate it that you came out with this project. So you're just continuing your legacy. And again, I want to give you your flowers
Man,
before we even say anything.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. 30 years, my brother. 30 years in the game.
Yes,
30
sir.
years. And you're still evolving, still contributing, still
Still,
representing real R&B. When you look back, what goes to your mind?
just all the years, the growth, the maturity, the relationships,
Mhm.
um just all of the occurrences, the lessons, the ups, the downs. You don't amass 30 years of nothing, man, without a story to tell and a journey. And so every time I put out music, you're really hearing just where I am in my life and in my world.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely, and that's one good thing about true R&B or true musicians and writers and creators, man. Y'all put your lives into your craft. So,
Yeah.
you was talking about romance. I'm going to assume you were raised on the good old that good music, throwback music, from the Marvins to the Teddy's, Luther's, and so forth, where they really put their expressions in their music. So, when did you personally realize if you when you go back thinking about 30 years ago and so forth? When did you realize that you guys, or you personally, that you actually made it?
Wow. The we made it. Whew, that was, even in my ignorance as as a youngster, a teenager, just not really knowing, I think I identified with the Mama We Made It the first time I heard our song on the radio. We were still recording the album, and
Mhm.
the receptionist came out. Hot 97 had just played Only You, and so we're all hovered around a little boom box in her office, listening to Only You on Hot 97. And so for me, that was like a wow, we finally made it. And making it is certain levels. And I think when I look at it now from a totality standpoint, I
Mhm.
had no clue of what making it really embodied. But if I'm looking at it in a microscope, under a microscope, and can like level it out and phase it out, that was still, and I made it level because we made
Yeah,
it to the radio.
yeah,
So yeah.
got you. What's your favorite off of the album? Your favorite? You
Wh-
got your favorite song
Wow.
off the album?
It's hard for me to say because again, it just all contributes to the journey and the story that I'm on. And so I don't
Mhm.
necessarily say a favorite, but I'll just
Okay.
say one that is indeed special. And one that's special would be Big because it's the first single that anybody has heard from me in 12 years. And
Mhm.
so it was kind of the intro to this new resurgence of Q Parker.
Yeah, got you. And and when I go to beg and I think about the song "Beg," you're not begging like you said because you did something wrong.
Yeah.
It's you're just just begging, like back to that
Yeah.
old begging style, that key sweat.
Yeah. Begging is almost like can be looked at as complimenting, you
Yes,
know.
there was a time when someone they said that they had the best interludes.
Huh.
It went social, went pretty viral on social. And
Hmm.
we all know that 112 were especially known for their interludes.
Yeah.
Um, was that something planned or was that something that just happened?
I don't know if it was planned, but interludes have always been a part of the complete body of work. We grew up listening to, I think Jodeci were the
Mhm.
ones who kind of instilled in our mindsets the importance of interludes. A lot of artists would just have 10 songs on their album or 15 or whatever the total number of songs, but no connection points.
Yeah.
And we learned at an early age that to tell the full story, sometimes it just ain't one to two, two to three, three to four. Sometimes it's one to interlude that ties to song
Yeah.
number two, three, four, then another interlude that introduces six, seven, eight, nine, then an interlude that introduces the tempo change, right? So we always wanted to make sure that once you press play, you didn't have to stop and fast forward to anything because everything just kind of tied its way together.
I love it. I love it. And I was looking, on your new album, although the first song is the intro, which to me is preparing you for
Yes,
that takeoff. So
yeah,
I look at it as an intro interlude, but you do have
yes,
the one interlude at the end of, towards the back end of the album.
yeah.
So were you more so focused on the content more so than weren't really thinking about placing your interludes there?
Well, I like to listen to the music. And when you're sequencing, for me, that's when we know what needs an interlude. Uh, I've never just been one of those who just put stuff there just because. But once you have recorded all of the songs and you're focusing on how you're going to sequence which song
Mhm.
is going to go where and how is this song going to come out into this song. This song has a hard stop. Well, the next song has a fade. All of those things play a part in which songs needs a tie-in. And so
Mhm.
when I was listening to the full sequence of the album, I just felt like the place that needed something or that I wanted something was right before light work.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. And I love that interlude, man. That was a really nice
Yes.
interlude. Love it. Love
Thank
it.
you.
Yes, sir. So this is your first album since 2013's The Manual. Actually very creative title too. Very
Yeah.
creative.
Thank you.
Um, what does the evolution of romance mean to you at this stage of your life and career?
It's just maturation, it's growth, it's expansion. I look at it as a two-way road.
Mhm.
Music is constantly evolving. And so there's an evolution of Q Parker.
Mhm.
I've grown. I was introduced to the world as a teenager. Now I'll be 50 next year. And so there's an evolution of Q Parker. But then also in redefining or defining the word romance, romance has taken on different facelifts and faces throughout the courses of years. Romance may have looked one way in the 70s versus the 80s versus the 90s versus present day. And so just kind of bringing those roles together, it's an evolution of not just romance, but also of Q Parker.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%, 100%. Just listening to that music, excuse me, from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you can hear the maturation of romance and the different phases, like you just stated, of romance,
Yeah,
and how each person, because we are learners from those before us, and then
absolutely.
we kind of remix it with who we are. So their sound of romance may not be our sound of romance, but there is that form of romance. Now today's kids, I don't know, because man, they kind of out there, man. But man, I'm just happy you're reeling us all back in. I want
Yeah,
to say that,
yeah, yeah,
bringing
yeah.
us all back
That's the
in.
goal. That's the goal.
Absolutely. So when the fans press play on the album, right? What do you want them to feel or understand about romance today?
Want them to understand that music still controls the atmosphere. It can
Oh man.
still set the mood. And, there can be a soundtrack to those intimate moments, whether that is
Mhm.
physical intimacy, verbal intimacy, emotional intimacy, spiritual intimacy. There is music still plays an important role in helping us deliver messaging and messages. And so
Mhm.
once you press play, uh, it's time to understand that some serious connectivity via intimacy is about to take place.
one, one, 100%, man. Because
Yeah,
when I listen at the album and I listen at the sound, it's not. I want to say it's not today's R&B music.
yeah.
That hard. I call it trap music, trap R&B, I guess.
Mhm.
We have that traditional music that you're making,
Yeah,
grown man music, grown and sexy, modern
yeah.
R&B. Is that how you would describe your sound?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a product of the 90s. And so
Yeah.
I think hinders, one of the things that hinders a lot of seasoned legacy artists, as they call us, one of the things
Mhm.
that hinder this generation of artists is wanting to sound young and being afraid to um, just grow up. And so as I'm approaching 50, I want the world to understand that I realize that I am a product of the 90s. And so wherever I go, those things that raised me also accompanies me. But that doesn't mean I can't embody or add some things of today's sound
Mhm.
into my delivery. But I'm a 90s kid, and so whenever I open my mouth, it's going to have an element of the 90s, the 80s, the early 2000s, but then we just kind of blend and hybrid, the sonics and ways of today as well. So I think we did a great job, and we do a great job of blending those two worlds.
Mm-hmm. 100%. How were you able to fuse the old and the new? Because growing up, for me, and I love traditional music, whether it's gospel, R&B, jazz. I love jazz, but growing up, it was always you have your intro on a song. You'll have your intro, your verse, your chorus, your verse, your chorus, your bridge,
Hmm.
and then y'all taking us on home from there.
Yeah.
Where did you keep that in the same? Did you keep that same concept, or did you try to blend today where it's kind of like
Kind
a
of
two
both.
minute approach?
Kind of both. There are some 2.5 minute songs on there, but we
Mm-hmm.
also have some songs where there's a bridge, musicality at the end, an intro. So again, I just love to be creative, and however it comes to me and my team, then that's how we do it. We don't have a certain guideline that we say we have to abide by, because in the reality is, maybe today every song don't need a bridge. Maybe today every song don't need an intro. Maybe just come on and get right to it,
Yeah. Okay.
in a nice subtle way. And so again, we allow the music and the creativity to pilot the plane, if you will. And it lets us know what needs what. And so I
Mhm.
think we did a great job of articulating the message of romance, but also the sound of a 2025 romance edition from Q Parker.
Gotcha, gotcha. And you always had a strong pen, you guys, man. Y'all, that's one thing I did love about y'all, man. Y'all wrote a lot of stuff, and then your production on your own. So you were there, you guys were 18, 19 years old when
Mhm.
y'all were literally constructing grown music to me at that point in time because
Yeah,
I was the same age, 18, 19.
yeah.
So what was your approach to songwriting this time around?
Same approach has always been. I did have some collaborators,
Okay.
one in particular, Felly the Voice and Rico Love, but also my production team, Black Elvis, Jay Bush, Al Jamal, Tario, Jay Bush. We just had an amazing conversation, and from the conversation we allowed our gifts and our talents to just kind of lead us musically to say the things that we had discussed. But again, I'm one of those that I believe in teams. I played sports growing up, and so I understand the individual sports and the importance of that. But I also know the importance of camaraderie and teamwork. And if I do my job and you do your job, we celebrate when we get to the end zone. And so I'm not afraid to collaborate. I'm not afraid to co-write and co-produce. I'm not afraid of any of that, as long as the room is full of super creative people. And my room was full of that, and it shows by what we were able to come up with this evolution of romance volume one.
Gotcha. Anybody that you like that you would have wanted to put on this album?
Nah, man, because
No?
again,
Yeah.
as this
Love
being
it.
the first record in 12, 13 years, I needed to reintroduce Q Parker. And
Yep.
so I was intentional about not having a lot of features, and I needed the focus to be on what I needed to do as a reintroduction. And so when we get to volume two, I may incorporate some features and some other things like that. But this volume one, I was very, very strategic in making sure the world got the reintroduction of Q Parker.
And I love that concept too. Focus on yourself, your sound, who you are. But also sometimes, man, we go to concerts and it's a million features on one song.
Yeah,
You can't hear the whole song. You can only hear
yeah.
a piece of a song. So I definitely appreciate that as well. I do have four songs that resonated for me, which was number one, "Keep on Loving."
Mhm.
I mean, it's two occasions, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's two occasions. Who don't love two occasions? But
Yeah.
Beg, which we spoke on earlier, Put It On, which for me, man, that is happy hour. That's feel good music, man. That's a song that, man, you just smile when you hear it. And
Wow, I love it.
and World
Yeah.
War, man. Those are four songs that stood out to me on that album.
Well, no, I appreciate that. All of those were super intentional, and it's been an amazing journey because everyone hasn't just honed in on the same songs. All of
Mhm,
the songs have been chosen differently.
mhm.
Um, so that to me says that the album is a complete body because everybody is choosing different songs.
Hmm. Any possible remixes coming out? Yeah, we love
Mm,
remixes from back in the days, man. Make it a
n-
total
yeah,
deconstruction of a song.
not necessarily sure if it's gonna be any remixes, because again, I'm I'm
Okay.
I'm already working on volume two,
On Gotcha.
and we'll
Gotcha.
be
Gotcha.
releasing "Put It On" as the third single as well, top of the year.
Oh, for real. Oh, that's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. I love it. I love it. I love that. Yeah, when I was listening at the song, I was trying to go through each song very carefully. And one thing that I do appreciate of a great song is production, vocals, and how does it make me feel? Like what kind of emotions come out of it? And as I was walking around the store yesterday, just listening, and I had it on repeat, and it was just happy to me. And I was thinking about just being in the lounge and just chilling, vibing, just listening to that good old happy hour music, man. And that song just reminds me of it because it put me in a place of um, in a positive vibe moment. So that was one of the good ones, man. I would definitely appreciate you doing that song, especially if it's your third release.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, so as you look at this album, you're reintroducing yourself. Not that not that you need to be reintroduced. You're an icon, man. Y'all legends.
Hmm.
Do any younger artists ever reach out for advice?
Well, yeah, I do a lot of mentoring. I'm just an open book, and as much as I can
Okay.
give of my life, my lessons, my experiences, I love to do that. So yes, to answer your question, yes, some independent artists that I mentor, they
Okay.
are always asking for feedback, and I'm always available to them.
Gotcha. And when you want, if there's a message with this album that you want to give to the younger generation, because at a certain point in time, man, you and I, and every all the males, man, we were 18, 19-year-old young bucks running around, don't really know what love is. We think we know what
Yeah.
love is. What would you tell them, or what would you get them to understand about romance and love with this album, to talking to our 19, 20-year-old selves?
Um, take your time, man. Anything that's worth um it being as good as it can be takes time. There's a reason why you slow cook certain things.
Yeah.
Everything can't be microwave. Some things you just gotta let it slow cook overnight, so that by the
Hmm.
time you do get it, it's moist, the meat falling off the bone, it's delicate, it's all of those things. You can taste all of everything that's in it. And so I would just say with romance, you allow it to marinate. You allow its time to really, really get to the point where it's really ready.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. You got those that roast. Got a slow cook.
Yes,
Got a slow cook.
exactly, exactly.
So after 30 years in this game, man, I know it's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Um, what keeps you inspired?
What keeps me inspired? Just my love for it, my love for what I do. I think one of the greatest gifts is the gift of song. Being able to being able to articulate not only my thoughts, but the thoughts of many. I knew that as a teenager, we were taking on a major responsibility, and that
Hmm.
is not only to be a deliverer of music to the public, but to also be the voice of those who may not necessarily can articulate what they're thinking or how they're
Hmm.
feeling. And so it's things like that that motivates me. But I'm just a musician. I love singing. I love creating. I love
Hmm.
being in a room with other talented people, and I just love singing. I still love it. And I love doing this. I love interviews. I love getting on the road, going into the
Yeah.
buildings and having certain conversations. Like I love everything about the artistry, the things that
Gotcha.
we signed up for when we started to do this. I still love all of those things.
Mm. So is that what keeps you grounded as well?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, got you. And when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy in R&B to be?
Man, my legacy will be the tenure and how long that I've been able to do it.
Hmm.
But also obviously not to forget my contributions to 112, but to also be known as someone who, as a solo artist, committed to
Yeah,
romance and was a deliverer and somebody that was committed to the legacy of male R&B artists who made romance a priority.
got you, man. Any who were your main? I'm glad you said that, Q. Who were your main? I guess people you looked up to as far as when you fell in love with music. Like who inspired
Man,
you?
I would say early on it was a lot of gospel artists.
Okay.
But in the R&B world, Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, um, Boys to Men, Jodeci,
Oh,
the Osley
yeah.
Brothers, like anybody that just kind of paved the way for myself and my brothers to be able to do what we did. And so
Hmm.
um I just love it.
Now, I love gospel Q. Now,
Hmm.
you can tell me some people from gospel now.
Oh man,
You got a couple. Yeah.
John P.
Okay.
Key, Take Six, the Winans, the Jackson Southerners.
Oh man.
Oh my God, man, the Williams brothers. Like you
Oh
go down the
Frank.
line, man. Yeah, Frank Williams, man. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
James
Yeah, man.
Moore, Derek Coley. Yeah.
James Moore is my favorite gospel artist of all time, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Daryl Coley. I think he could run. He can run with anybody. And
Man,
man,
problem.
yeah, problems. Man, I love, man, and you can chime in, man. I love that old school choir song. That
Yeah.
choir, that big choir, like robes, church robes. And
Yeah.
I think to me, I could be wrong, but I think that's what the artists that I grew to love. A lot of them came from the church, and they got
Yeah.
the experience. They learned how to perform in the pulpit, leading
Yeah.
songs. And I think a lot of to me, and I could be wrong. I think a lot of R&B is missing that gospel, man. I, I just really do. The soul, this like just that soul part of it. But this one thing, this one question I ask a lot of, especially the y'all R&B male groups. Um, Go ahead and run down. Give me your Mount Rushmore. So give me your four. Include you too if you want to. Who are your top four? Your Mount Rushmore of male R&B groups. And you don't have to go back to the Temptations. You can start with New Edition. We'll start with them and we'll go forward.
Oh, okay. So new addition, of course, Boys to Men, Jodeci, and then I'll say the class of '96. Yeah. Because in that class was 112, Jagged Edge, Drew
Okay.
Hills,
Okay. Okay.
Next.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just say the class of
Okay,
96.
okay. I got you. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Bro, man, to be honest, bro, for y'all to come out and shine the way that y'all did in the era of male R&B groups and
Hmm.
to have the longevity, that's wild. I was writing down like just male R&B groups from Portrait, Low Key, Solo, like everybody. And for y'all to
Yeah.
have the longevity and to stay consistent and continue to push out music, man,
Yeah.
y'all brothers, man, y'all were really them.
Yeah.
Y'all were really them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. So again, Q, man. So before we get out of here, again, I want to give I just again I want to say thank you again for everything that you've done for music. You've contributed so much to R&B, bro. Not just a solo artist, songwriter, and founding member of one of the greatest R&B groups of all time. Some say top four,
Yeah.
but but again, August 26th, brother, makes 30 years since the debut. And again, I want to congratulate you and the other members of the group, man, because that is a feat of itself. We got people who haven't even lived 30 years.
Facts.
So I know for a fact that you guys are cemented, and your legacy will forever be here with us. Your new album, Evolution of Romance, beautiful continuation of that journey, and I know
Yes.
the fans are gonna connect with it, brother. Um, what can the people expect from you in the near future?
Again, just putting out the volumes. I'm committed to this romance journey and this romance mission, and just just somebody that you can count on when it comes to a male R&B artist who still understands the importance of romance and love songs and intimacy.
Gotcha. And where can they find Evolution of Romance,
It's
Q?
a it's available everywhere, wherever you down, wherever you stream your music, all the DSPs, it is available.
Mhm.
Search Q Parker Evolution of Romance Volume 1.
Absolutely. Y'all heard what he said. Y'all heard what he said. Everybody go download it, man. I think it can win a Grammy. It should be able to win some awards because you brought back that true essence of R&B, brother. So where can the people find and follow you?
Yes, I am at Q Parker 112, and the official website is itsqparker.com.
All right, y'all heard him. Q Parker 112. Make sure y'all follow him. Y'all know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what to do. Leave your 2 cents in the comment section. Y'all know what that is. Any questions that y'all have for Q Parker, if you want to comment on the beautiful album that he just released, please show support to this brother, man, because he's giving you his life. He's devoted his life to this game, and it only takes a second to just appreciate him and so forth. Y'all know, for me, show support, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, share this content. And y'all know what I said. If you don't agree with anything that I say, go debate your auntie. But again, my brother Q Parker, man, I appreciate you again. If there's anything
appreciate
you want to depart our people out with, man,
Nah, man, just continue to support. I can't wait to come to a city that you're in so that I can perform these songs and spend some time with you all. But yeah, just continue supporting. If you hear something you like it, pass it on, share it, comment on the post, follow me on all the social networks, and stay connected with me.
Absolutely. And Q, I'll tell them for you, or if you can tell them yourselves. And if y'all don't agree with that, what he just said, debate your auntie. All right, Q, man, I appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Everybody else, y'all know what's up. We out of here. Peace.